NBA East, the road to the finals comes through East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, game one of the most anticipated head-to-head in the East. It's Stefan against Jason. The NBA playoffs on ESPN continue. Game one of the Eastern Conference quarterfinal. The 7-2 seed, the Knicks, the Nets. Spike Lee has joined the Knicks fans who've made the journey across the Hudson River through the Lincoln Tunnel here to the home of the back-to-back Eastern Conference champs for game one. Mike Tirico, George Karl, Tom Tolbert with you. Let's check the Bud Light starting lineups here for game one. Jason Kidd and Kenyon Martin, the important stories for the Nets. They say they're healthy. They are both in the starting lineup. Neither played in the last two games. Stephon Marbury, Shandon Anderson in for Allen Houston, who's out for the Knicks. Tim Thomas, Kurt Thomas, and Nazr Mohammed up front. You know game one has such great value in a best of seven. Obviously, the home team and the better team has had a lot of the advantages in game one. Kenyon Martin's ready. Guys, give me a headline. What you're looking for, George?
Well, I think the headline for the New Jersey Nets is their health. Is Kidd and Martin healthy enough to win a 7-game series, win 4 7-game series? They've been a second-place team in the NBA for 2 years. They want to get back and try again.
Knicks have to be special in transition defense. They got to make sure they keep the Nets out of transition and try to make them score in the half court. And Tim Thomas and Richard Jefferson, good matchup.
Right out of the game, the Nets. Fewer wins in the regular season, but still the Atlantic Division Championship. Easily over Miami in second, the Knicks in third. Jason Kidd makes them go. Jefferson, once again, Kittles checks Marbury. Off the screen, Shandon Anderson. Tim Thomas trying to keep it alive. Here come the Nets on the run out. Jefferson right, Kidd, Jefferson.
They have 2.5 guys back. The half guy, if you don't go to the board, Lane Wilkins said this in the locker room before the game, if you don't go to the board, you get back. It's that easy. If you're not on the board, get back.
A quick timeout. What do you guys think of the matchup stories? We'll watch Jefferson, who scored all 6 points here in the first minute and change.
Go out on the fast break. This is what we're talking about. There's only one guy back. Great pass. Richard Jefferson outscoring the Knicks right now, 6-2.
Jason Collins on the bench with 2 fouls. Rodney Rogers comes in. Kidd guards Anderson defensively, and Nazr Mohammed puts up the air ball. Yikes. Jason, the push. Jefferson inside. And it is all 8 for Jefferson here in the first 2 minutes.
Well, they had 4 guys back on that one. They just couldn't stop him. They had Jason Kidd, when he gets in the open court, he can just find go. Now watch all the guys back right here. It just, Kurt Thomas got moving sideways is what.
3-on-3, no numbers for New York. Marbury, fake Kittles. Oh, Jefferson helps with the block. Man, is he having the first 2 minutes here.
Jefferson 8, Thomas 7. Somebody else can score this game?
No, Tom. It'll just be those two all night. They'll play a one-on-one game down on West 4th Street to see who wins game one. Kittles changes that. That's a 2 for the excellent outside shooter, 7th-year man out of Villanova, much like Marbury sees Rogers defensively, so who's going to be open? Kurt Thomas has it up top and takes it over Martin. And the rebound for Kittles. You can see offensive rebounding numbers going to be down for New York. Kenyon set up shot down low and throws it down.
Every shot is like.
Remember, their best scorer from the outside, Allen Houston, is on the playoff roster, but not expected to see action in the early part of this series. Anderson lost it. Here come Kidd and Kittles and the great finisher Jefferson. It's Kittles.
Make sure you give Shandon Anderson an assist for that break.
That time they put Marbury on the baseline. It came off the screen, which I think you're going to see more of. I think they get him as an offensive player. They'll put him on the baseline a little bit more.
I was right, Tom. Thank you. Mark all the way.
You got to put some pressure on him. I know he's quick, and if you're Kittles, you don't want him to go by him, but if he hits an outside shot next time down, you can't let him tee one up like that.
First New York lead of the night. Kidd changes that with his hoop. Jason rebound for Thomas. Game 1 of the best of 7, 2 against 7 matchup. Kerry Kittles forced the turnover with Jefferson. Back to Kittles. The Nets fast break story has been a great one in the first quarter. They have 10 fast break points. 16 of their 21 points have come in the paint.
Anytime a turnover happens, it's a layup at the other end of the court.
Marbury misses his shot. Kittles, nobody stopped him. And he'll get a free throw.
Too many transition points. The tempo is really in the Nets' favor right now.
They are a lethal team in transition and have 10 more than the Knicks already here in the first quarter. Kerry Kittles is 4 of 4. Richard Jefferson 3 of 3 from the field. It's a good start for the two-time Eastern Conference champs. Nets lead by 5 inside of 3 minutes. Funny that Penny Hardaway, once thought of as one of the star players in the NBA, was the throw-in, the afterthought in the Stephon Marbury acquisition from Phoenix. The alley-oop for Kittles. So the Knicks went with Marbury on Kittles, and the Nets take advantage of it right away.
Exactly. Instead of cross matchups, which gives the Nets some advantages in transition, Marbury's going to cover Kittles. Kittles covers Marbury. So they've actually flip-flopped, but they're not going to flip-flop back the other way.
Kittles, feet set, triple. The Nets are red hot. They've opened 12 of 16 here in the open. Hardaway takes Kidd in, met by Rogers, who altered the shot, and off come the Nets to the races. Rogers the top, Martin the finish!
Too many lobs, too many layups.
Knicks ball. Just 4 on the shot clock.
The problem is they have the Nets, guys like Richard Jefferson and Kenyon Martin, they can get up so high.
New Jersey shot 72% from the field. That's what happens when you get 14 of your 30 points as fast break points. Jefferson made all 3. Kittles made 6. Martin 2 of 3. Everybody was good for the Nets in the first. After one, the two-time Eastern champs, forgotten by many handicapping this postseason. Just a reminder, we're all still here. Up 6 after 1.
Case for these pieces, and it'll probably be a stimulus to Isaiah to who they keep and where they go.
Rodney Rogers, launched by former Net Dikembe Mutombo, who's in the line to the front. Rogers, soft high release. In Indiana, a 104-88 win over Boston, a devastating second quarter from the team with the best record in the league, Rick Carlisle's Pacers. Lucious Harris, Jason Kidd in the backcourt, Aaron Williams left free. He knocks down the 16-footer. Undrafted player out of Xavier.
There's much rest for them in an extended period of time.
For the uninitiated, a timeout, if not called, comes the first dead ball after that 9-minute mark and 6-minute mark. Off to the races, Kmart. From Kidd, assist number 5 for Jason. And on this end with Williams.
And I'm not sure exactly what he said. Now watch right here. Pass, runs him over, hits him. Now you can't see it, but he's standing over him right there saying something to him. Up in his face, gets him. Frank Williams retaliates. So might be a double on each team.
Well, they called it offense, and they want more called on Frank Williams. Here's the whole sequence again. Williams was trying to draw the charge at the start of it.
Here's a taunting going on right now. Jason Kidd's taunting, and that's the call. They're going to give Jason Kidd a taunting foul, and then the offensive foul.
Net ball, let's see if the New Jersey team has been ignited. Kidd just put it up in the air, got it back, still time, and Williams connects again from 17. He still has a little bit left, coming off 5 different knee surgeries. Terrific shooting continuing into the second. A big three. Nets have got it back up.
I think right now the Knicks have Hardaway as kind of a wild card, a surprise off the bench, playing very well.
Fans wanted the foul. Aaron Williams over Kirk Thomas. That is 3 field goals for Aaron Williams. He has 6. Penny Hardaway the miss. Rodney Rogers the rebound. The Nets haven't been able to run as much. Collins inside. Baker got a piece. But Collins will get a chance for the three-point play.
This is a great transition, secondary transition. They didn't get the initial thrust of transition, but they got a fast break. They run up the court, and Collins just posts up in the middle, and Jason Kidd has a knack of finding guys for easy baskets and the three-point play. Has a great pass.
Rodney Rogers had trouble catching, still collects. Lucious Harris, tough shot. Yeah, over Penny.
Tough shot, bad shot.
And Kidd volleyballs to keep it alive. Kittles left free for three.
Knicks Nets 59-55, and it's not in the fourth quarter. It's in the second quarter.
They clear out for Kidd. Anderson tries to stay with him. Jason winds it, finds it, finds Scalabrine, who beats the clock for three. It's good, and that'll end the first half. Of all people, Brian Scalabrine, who hit 10 three-pointers this year, knocks down the three to end the half. They'll go to replay, which by rule you must when the ball goes in the hoop at 0-0. But this one looked absolutely on time. Perfect. Great look, guys. Those lights around the scoreboard are digitally connected to the clock, and it's out of his hands before 0-0. So Scalabrine not in the game at all. 1 minute, one shot, 1 three. Good half at the break. The Atlantic Division champs trying to earn the respect and earn the pride of the best team in the New York area. Also get to the NBA Finals for the third straight year. Nets 62, Knicks 55. Toyota halftime show with all the guys in Diana and Atlanta. Coming up next.
Maybe it was the Red Sox. I don't know. Brian Scalabrine spots up just before the buzzer goes off. Trey Punte, 9 assists for Jason Kidd. New Jersey up 62-55. It's a picture-perfect day in New York, and fans hanging out in Times Square. You could be across the river watching the game, or you could be watching on ESPN.
It has been pretty intense on the Jersey side of the Hudson River.
Hey, really?
No way.
Yeah, most players don't have that face.
Jason on the pitch to Jason. Kidd to Collins for the first two of the second half. Outside jumper by Thomas. Missed the rebound for Stephon Marbury. Kidd hustles in with the steal. And takes it all the way, or maybe it was an intended pass for Kenyon Martin.
I think it was.
You can't see behind him, can you?
He can.
Yes, he can. Let's see. Did they give him an assist? Oh, yeah, you're at home. No field goal attempt in the assist. But as you guys said, most players, you would say they were trying to make the shot. But Jason Kidd, knowing him, that was a lead for Kenyon Martin. That's a good call, too. Give the scorer credit. The official scorer is answering the playoff bell. 11 assists for Kidd. Martin has 8. The Nets' largest lead is 11.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA playoffs, brought to you by Coors. Unleash the Rocky Mountain cold taste of Coors Light. Nissan, who invites you to shift the way you move through the world. And Adidas Basketball. Impossible is nothing.
First 2 field goals for this second.
He's their best asset right now.
I think it's time to get Lenny from Alka-Seltzer.
Jefferson is double. Kidd free. That's 3. A killer, and the Knicks will have to take a timeout here as the Nets have bumped it from 7 at the half to 16 right now. A 9-0 jog to start this third quarter.
13 points for his team. This guy, the emotional leader of the New Jersey Nets, we know how he gets it done. Yeah, he has 14 points, but 11. Scalabrine! One of the 11 assists, and yes, Jason, only for you and Sprite Mad skills. Well, we count that as an assist.
Very enlightened way of making the comparison as these guys have 4 to shoot to get it going, and Rodney Rogers had more time, but it worked out just fine. The Nets a 13-point lead. Stephon Marbury. And no matter how great the Nets are, they will not be the Knicks. There are generations of Knicks fans. This is only, year 28 for the Nets in the NBA. Richard Jefferson got all the way to the rim and got two. Good help defense by Rodney Rogers. And here come the Nets. 3-on-1. Kidd actually took the shot. Surprised his own team. Nice block by Mutombo on Lucious Harris. But Jason got it back, and Aaron Williams got it, and a foul!
Jason hustles and tracks the ball down, gives a great pass. Mutombo seems a little bit. Aaron Williams takes the contact and somehow makes the basket over Mutombo.
When they get to the fourth. Kittles, that's two. Oh, the hustle of Armstrong getting playoff minutes. He missed it. Williams got it back. Some of the role players having big games for the Nets. Williams is 5 of 5 from the field. And Sunday night, both of those 7 o'clock local starts. Kenyon Martin.
I am very happy he made a jump shot. Looking up the sky, hands together, saying thank you.
Kenyon Martin.
And you watch, pretty simple jump shot right there, but Kenyon Martin very happy saying, oh, yes, thank you. Got one to go.
The one thing as a coach, I mean, you're talking about the pulse of the game, right?
The Metro Stars game, the WNBA draft, and this one here. Not that that means anything, but just thought I'd point it out. Martin inside for two in the Knicks. Nets have the largest lead of the game at 20 of the season with a left knee problem after right knee surgery last year. Is that Michael Jefferson out to the goal? Extends it to 20. Just 2 assists as well. Meantime, Jason Kidd has been dealing and dishing with a dozen assists to go with his 14 points. The fast break story has been one of the best teams in the league getting the job done. Nets 24, Knicks 4. 20 the difference there. That's where his love of the X's and O's and the coaching angle of the game won him over. That's how he found he could have a future in this game. Here he is coaching in the playoffs against the team he watched as a kid, the Knicks. Kenyon Martin gets the putback.
Last year against Milwaukee, the game was a 2-2 series. Going to Game 5, Milwaukee played them very well on this game, on this court in Game 5. They went on to get to the championship round.
Richard Jefferson in the open court, able to finish. He has 21 points.
They seem to need...
Talk about Game 2 between the Yankees and Red Sox, a preview of the second game of our night doubleheader on playoff opening day and night 2004. And we'll hear from the shoot-around guys as well. Brian Scalabrine, you hit a big one at the end of the first half. Hits one there.
The next round in the NBA, I think, is the best basketball player in the world. 8 teams left. There's always a good game on any given night. You could have a great game. And I think you eliminate kind of the weaker teams. The next round of the NBA basketball is the best basketball.
Scalabrine fades away and continues his perfect Game 1. Well, the headline from the first two, Boston with a big run in the second quarter, 104-88, and a very similar score, but a more dominating performance by the Nets. Lawrence Frank wins his first game as an NBA head coach in the postseason, and the Nets have won 11 consecutive games in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Our final, 107-83 for the Nets. Remember, 2 more games tonight on ESPN right after SportsCenter. With George Karl and Tom Tolbert, this is Mike Tirico. Thank you for watching this presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. So long from the home of the 2-time Eastern Conference champs who handled the Knicks by 24.